Hello and welcome to this week's live episode of Woodlands on Air, brought to you by Woodlands Online. I'm your host as usual, Sean Thompson, here to bring you the latest in Woodlands area news and events for this week of July 28th through August the 3rd. That's right, this time next week, we'll be in a new month, in August already. How do you know we're live? Easy, I can tell you right now, it is 91 degrees outside, although it feels like 97. It's going to get up to 95, which is going to break the 100-degree mark in the heat index, but down to the mid-70s tonight. It's going to be sunshiny for the next couple of days, cloudy, and then as the weekend approaches, maybe some more storms coming through all through the weekend. Maybe cool things down, maybe even get us back down to the 80s. Who knows? Okay, well, that's it for your weather report. Now let's talk about some events that are happening. As I said, it is Monday, July 28th, and summer camps are still going on, but they're starting to wrap up because, hate to say it, that's right, 2.5 weeks left before school starts up for most everybody in that rough general vicinity. So if you've been meaning to get the kiddos into camp, or you've been busy and need some time for yourself, we got lots of camps going. Now, all you have to do is go to WoodlandsOnline.com and click on the events tab, look at day by day, or check out on our main page our summer camps guide. We got a comprehensive list, everything from robotics to filmmaking to soccer to athletics to arts, dance, you name it, there's a camp for it. So check it out. Also, later on today, kids get to eat free at Community Fieldhouse. Appreciate that. If you're a grown-up, buy yourself an adult meal, and the kiddo gets to eat for free. And then later on today, if you have a student, or if you are a student who's getting ready to go off to college, I'm telling you, those applications can be a real bugaboo. Well, the Woodlands Behavioral Health and Wellness Center is offering the college application boot camp. It's gonna be indispensable for you to fill out all the forms to get into college. Thank God I really don't have to worry about that anymore. We haven't gone to college 40, 50 years ago. But moving past that, we're going to talk about Tuesday now. And at the Pavilion, we have Russ with Big Sean and Sabrina Claudio. I got to admit, I don't know any of those people, but they're at the Pavilion, so they got to be top-notch musical acts. And, you know, anyone who's called Big Sean, spelled the same way as my name, they got to be good at something. You can head on over to several of the Chick-fil-A's tomorrow for a cow party. We're talking the Chick-fil-A at the Woodlands Mall on Sawdust and Lake Woodlands Drive. Big party action going on. And again, you want to keep the kids active and entertained for as long as you can until school starts back up. Moving on to Wednesday now. So Magnolia Soap and Bath Company. If you haven't heard of them, they're there on 1488, right near Egypt Lane, near 2978. I went there for their ribbon cutting, and oh my gosh, I walked out with, I had to buy a whole bunch of products, including, soap for shaving and beard oil and all kinds of great stuff, and it's awesome. And they've got a workshop coming up called Lip Love Balm and Scrub Creation. So they're going to teach you how to do, like, facial scrub and lip balm and all kinds of stuff. Buy local wherever humanly possible. These people make their own soap. You can make your own soap and lotions and oils and bath bombs. It's family owned and operated, and it's really cool. I gotta tell you, it just makes you feel special, so check them out. Also on Wednesday, Danini, which is a fine jewelry place, but they're hosting a sourdough making class. I've got to check this out. I'm going to keep my Wednesday open for this, because I hear you got to take like some 300-year-old yeast or something to make sourdough, and I'm wondering, exactly how much you need, and I think Danini's going to have all the answers on that. And big congratulations to the Mitchell Library on Wednesday, 20 years in business. Now, right now, they're the only one in business locally because the South Library has closed down in preparation for the big move to the new center at Grogan's Mill Village Center. But Mitchell Library doing what it does best, loaning out books and doing stuff like having readings. Commissioner Rich Wheeler will do readings, kids activities, all kinds of great stuff happening on Wednesday. Find out details at WoodlandsOnline.com. Click on the events tab, go to this Wednesday and find out all about it. Another great thing for the kiddos is at the Woodlands Children's Museum there at the Panther Creek Shopping Center. Houston Grand Opera is going to be there, members of it, not the whole opera, but they're going to be doing Westward Ho Carlotta. So just getting kids involved in opera and books and entertainment and the arts. I love the Woodlands Children's Museum, and if you don't, you need to go over there and you'll fall in love with them just like I did, trust me. Moving past the hump of the week on a Thursday now, the Woodlands Mall, if you go to the backside, like outside where the Barnes & Noble is and stuff, you'll see a big screen. On that screen, Thursday evening, they're going to show their movie On the Lawn, which is pitch perfect. One of the better movies I've seen in a long time. Don't know if it's necessarily for everybody. Even if you have young children, you may want to keep them up just on the carousel upstairs. But what a great family event. Bring your blankets, your lawn chairs, leave your glass containers behind, but bring everything else and enjoy some great fun. Another thing that's happening on Thursday is at Cereso, which is an Italian restaurant there in the Weston Woodlands Waterway. They're going to have a pizza making class where their chef teaches you how to make your dough, and you get to eat some of his pizza to figure out where you're going wrong, but they talk you through each step. In between each round, you get some wine to help lubricate the experience, and then you got to take your pizza home. I mean, between the sourdough making and the pizza making, it's carb central this week. And then on Thursday, if you want to enjoy some outdoor music, particularly when it's free, head on over to Rock the Row. Rock the Row is at Hughes Landing, and they are putting on the Level 1 band. They're taking the stage on Thursday for free. If you haven't been out to Hughes Landing for Rock the Row, I think next week is their last one for this season of Rock the Row, so you need to get there while you can. Moving on to Friday now, at Como Social Club, which too is part of the Weston Waterway, they've got Salsa Night. It's going to start off with DJ music, then it's going to get into live music, and if you don't know how to salsa, this is, when I say Salsa Night, it's the dancing, not the dip. Just in case. I'm not saying that I found out the hard way what was what, but I'm telling you, if you show up, be prepared to dance, whether or not you're good at it. Also on August 1st, Houston Restaurant Weeks is starting up. Now, it's pluralized. It used to be Houston Restaurant Week, but then it became this huge thing, so basically all month. And so they're calling it Houston Restaurant Weeks. Both of our local fieldings, the Wood Grill and Local Kitchen, are doing 3-course meal specials for Houston Restaurant Weeks. And we have information about them, but also a lot of restaurants in Shenandoah are taking part of this too. We have that story on WoodlandsOnline.com on our news tab. Check it out. Also on Friday, August 1st, the Pavilion, we got Weird Al. That's right, Weird Al Yankovic is going to be performing just decades worth of amazing work. This is special to me because you got great comedy performers. Tom Lehrer, unfortunately, recently passed away a couple of days ago, and Dr. Demento, where Weird Al got his start. So enjoy Weird Al if at all possible. Puddle's Pity Party will be there with him, a clown who sings baritone, and it's just going to be a great night, so check that out. Or if that's too much for you, enjoy Family Bingo Night, courtesy of the Woodlands Township at the Rob Fleming Recreation Center. Moving on to the weekend now, on Saturday at Serenity Sips, which is a coffee bar and so much more there on I-45 southbound. They've got what's called Rise and Realign, and it's a Saturday sound healing session. Serenity Sips, they make gourmet coffee that takes a while to get, but worth every minute because it's gourmet based. It's veteran owned, family run. They have a veterans wall. They have holistic products. They have pastries. They have seating areas, a private room, patio, an aura that just can't be beat. It's Serenity Sips. I can't think of a better name for it. Check them out. Or you can head on over to the Mitchell Library again, because they'll be having a Saturday daytime movie where they'll be showing Transformers 1. as opposed to, I guess, the sequel Transformers 2. And then moving on to Sunday, let's wrap up the week, shall we? The Woodlands Resort is hosting something really cool. S'mores Under the Stars. You show up, you pay a few bucks, you got members of the Houston Astronomy Center there, and they give you all you need to make s'mores, and then you're outside, and astronomers will be there with telescopes and education to just show you the stars and the planets, the orbs in the heavens. It just sounds wonderful. I really dig that. That's going to be at the Woodlands the Woodlands Resort. And also on Sunday, earlier in the day, maybe you want to do this to get ready for the S'mores Under the Stars. Precision Camera is hosting a moving to manual mode workshop. So this is teaching you, it's a workshop, a class, how to get off the auto settings on everything, and whether even you're using a phone or a 35 millimeter or an SLR or a video camera, how to move to manual mode and get better pictures and videos. Well, that's it for just a smidgen of the events that are happening, an iota, a droplet, a scintilla of what's going on. You can tell I hit the thesaurus earlier today, but there's so much more events that are happening in the Woodlands. All you got to do is go to Woodlands Online, click on the events tab, and go to Town on Me. It's all for free, too, my favorite color. Okay, that's it for the events. Now let's talk about some news that's happening. Quite a bit of news that's been going on this week. Township Board of Director races are heating up. Dr. Maria Holmes is the latest to file for Board of Director for position 6, which is replacing Dr. Ann Snyder, who has opted not to go for another term. And in fact, I talked with Dr. Snyder the other day, and we'll have an interview coming up with her. But right now, position 6 is the only one that's being contested with Dr. Maria Holmes and her opponent that I haven't been able to find anything on yet. So find out more about that. But also Dr. Shelley Sekula-Gibbs and Cindy Heiser, positions 5 and 7, they filed to, at the moment, they're running unopposed. Filing is open for another couple of weeks and then shut down. So if you're a Woodlands resident and not a felon and mentally all there, then you can apply for a Board of Director position on the Woodlands Township. Find out more at our news section. Sterling Ridge Orthopedics and Sports Medicine's got a new podcast coming called Sterling Recovery. I talked to Billy Hayes, who founded Sterling Ridge, who's an awesome guy, and talking about this podcast that's going to have him or members of his staff and experts talking about all kinds of, how to be old like me but still be active, how to take care of injuries, how to prevent injuries, how to survive an Ironman no matter how old you are. It sounds great. It's going to be starting up later this week on Woodlands Online. You got to tune into this. Check it out. Great story about a choir of African orphans, the Baraka choir, children's choir. They came to town a little while ago, been doing tours all over. They're from Eastern Uganda. They fundraise, they spread the word, they spread joy. And an administrator, Jillian, an administrator from the John Cooper School, put them up for a couple of weeks, and a restaurant owner opened up his doors to them so they could enjoy an American meal with a pirate theme to it. And I got to meet these kids and talk to Jillian and talk to her husband and talk to these kids. And the story's online. You got to read the stories at woodlandsonline.com under our news tab. Montgomery County Sheriff Wesley Doolittle hit the Woodlands Rotary last week to tease some success stories that have been going on, including bank jugging task force. Now, jugging is where bad guys keep an eye on the banks, and they find people who do cash transactions, and then they'll follow these people either to the next stop or to their home or business, and then either break into the car or rob them. And this has become a thing. Sheriff Doolittle did have some great news. There have already been 11 arrests. Of all the people arrested were from Harris County, who decided to come across the border to Montgomery County. not the best idea. In fact, one of the people arrested was out on 2 bonds and was wearing an ankle monitor when he committed yet another felony. So read all about it. And they did tease that there will be a press conference later this week to go into greater detail about what the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and other law enforcement agencies have been doing to keep you guys safer up here. Two Tones Dueling Piano Bar is going to be holding a benefit called Stand Up for Central Texas, where they're raising funds and awareness for flood relief victims, for those in Kerr County and beyond who just got devastated by the flooding. And of course, our hearts go out, and I'm going to be there at Two Tones. I hope to see you there. It's happening in about a week or so. Find out all you need to know at WoodlandsOnline.com. And finally, this is how not to get your name in the news. Special shout out to Damian Davis, who the other day was arrested early in the morning at 7:50 a.m. for public intoxication, was released at 3:30 that afternoon, and then promptly tried to break into Sheriff Doolittle's car in the parking lot and was arrested and thrown back in jail within half an hour of being released. So, way to hit platinum status there, Damian. Don't do that, people. Just saying. But read all about it at WoodlandsOnline.com in our news section. Well, that's it for me for news and events that are happening this week of July 28th through August 3rd. Having a heck of a good time filling you in. But, I'm not the only gig in town. We got video series going on. We have the weekly Fallout with Jay and Jake. We have all kinds of video series, live streams. Sports is about to start right back up. In fact, if you want to sponsor some of our sports, which kick in starting on August 1st, it's a few days away, we have some sponsorships available. Check them out at WoodlandsOnline.com. And check out our podcasts. We've got The Best of Us. We've got Sterling Recovery and even more. And of course, Woodlands Online always has the best in updates for traffic and weather, business briefs, human interest stories, marketplace, classifieds, job listings, weather, you name it, we got it. Woodlands Online is your one-stop shop for all things the Woodlands. We're a digital town hall, and we like to have you as a part of it. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Woodlands Online. And if you want to drop me a line, I'd love to hear from you. Send it to shows@woodlandsonline.com. Well, that's it for me, Sean Thompson. On behalf of myself, producer Justin, and everyone here at Woodlands Online that's left, have a great day. Don't text and drive. Make excellent life choices. Wear sunscreen. And I'll see you next Monday.